A very good afternoon, everybody. Just a small announcement before we start proceedings. Everybody, please make sure that your mobile phones are switched off or on silent mode. And have a lovely day because I know this is your very special day. Enjoy the lovely afternoon. Very good afternoon, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the Institution of Engineers Sri Lanka, warm welcome to the Induction and Graduation Ceremony 2025. Right at the outset, I would like to extend a warm welcome to our chief guest, Engineer Prabhat R. Ambegoda, Chief Operating Officer and Chief People Officer Acting, Sri Lanka Telecom PLC. In keeping with tradition, we'd like to start off with the lighting of the oil lamp. I invite our chief guest, Engineer Prabhat R. Avegoda, also Engineer Granny R. Jayalat, President, the Institution of Engineers Sri Lanka, Engineer Professor Ranjit Dissanayake, immediate past President, the Institution of Engineers Sri Lanka, Engineer Kosala Kamburadeniya, President-elect, the Institution of Engineers Sri Lanka, also the Chairman of Professional Standards Management Committee, Engineer Ms. Kamala Gunawardena, Vice President, the Institution of Engineers Sri Lanka, and also the Chairman of Education Committee, Engineer Prabodha Jinasena, Vice President, the Institution of Engineers Sri Lanka, also the Chairman of Continuing Professional Development Committee, Engineer Samantha Gunawardena, Vice President, the Institution of Engineers Sri Lanka, also the Chairman of Library and Publication Committee, Engineer Suran Fernando, Honorary Secretary, the Institution of Engineers, Sri Lanka. Engineer Manjula Samarasinghe, Honorary Treasurer, the Institution of Engineers, Sri Lanka. Engineer Neil Abesekara, Chief Executive Officer, Executive Secretary, Institution of Engineers, Sri Lanka. Engineer Sahan Chamikara, Deputy Chief Executive Officer, Deputy Executive Secretary, the Institution of Engineers, Sri Lanka. We also invite a representative of International Professional Engineers, a representative of Chartered Engineers to be inducted today, a representative of IESL graduates, and a representative of IESL awardees. Thank you very much. Can I now invite our dignitaries to take their seats at the head table? Engineer Prabhat R. Ambegoda, the chief guest. Also Engineer Granny R. Shalat, President, IESL. Engineer Professor Ranjit Disanake, immediate past President, IESL. Engineer Kosala Kamaradenia, President-elect. Engineer Mrs. Kamala Gunavardhan, Vice President. Engineer Prabodha Jinasena, Vice President. Also Engineer Samantha Gunavardhan, Vice President. Engineer Suran Fernando, Honorary Secretary. Engineer Manjula Samarasinghe, Honorary Treasurer. Engineer Neil Abesekara, Chief Executive Officer and Executive Secretary of IESL, to take their seats at the head table. The past presidents and the members of the council are requested to take their seats allocated in front. Can I now request all of you to stand up for the national anthem?
Sri Lanka Mata, Upper Sri Lanka, Namo 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 Mata, Sundara
Thank you very much. You may all take your seats. Coming up next is the IESL song.
දකින අසන සිව් දිග ඔබමයි ඉරහඳ ඔබමයි දකින අසන සිව් දිග ඔබමයි පුවන සයුර පෙම්බර මිහි මඩල පුරා නැගුණු නැගෙන මතු නිමැවෙන ලොවම හරා සෙන ගුගුරන නැවත නිසලවන ඉරහඳ ඔබමයි දකින අසන සිව් දිග ඔබමයි ලෝකය දෙස බැලු විට ඔබේ නුවණ කළ මහවිස්කම් හමුවේ නුවණ ලෙසින් ඒ නුවණ රකින්නට නුවණ ලෙසින් ඒ නුවණ රකින්නට රටක දැක ජන හදවත් එරටම සූර්ය සන්දිරරේ கேட்கும் திசை எங்கும் நீரே சூரிய சந்திரரே காணும் கேட்கும் திசை எங்கும் நீரே வானிலும் கடலிலும் அன்புடன் பூமி எங்கும் நிர்மாணிப்பதும் நிர்மாணிப்பதும் உலகெங்கும் சிரிப்பதும் அழுவதும் மகிழ்வதும் அதிர்வதும் மீண்டும் அமைதி பெறும் சூரிய சந்திரரே காணும் கேட்கும் திசை எங்கும் நீரே මානව අරුම පුදන ඔබ උපන් බිමක් ලද මහරු මහිම වේවා මනස නගා මනුදම් දුලවන්නට මනස නගා මනුදම් දුලවන්නට ඔබේ මගට දී මල සත් වේවා ඉරහඳ ඔබමයි අසන සිව් දිග ඔබමයි ඉරහඳ ඔබමයි දකින අසන සිව් දිග ඔබමයි පුවන සයුර පෙම්බර මිහි මඩල පුරා නැගුණු නැගෙන මතු නිමැවෙන ලොවම හරා හිනැගෙන වැළපෙන සෙන ගුගුරන නැවත නිසලවන ඉරහඳ ඔබමයි දකින අසන සිව් දිග ඔබමයි
And after listening to the IESL song, I think it's very fitting that I take you into the world of IESL. Ladies and gentlemen, the Institution of Engineers Sri Lanka, established in 1906, and in the year 1968, the IESL was incorporated by an Act of Parliament. Today, it stands with a history spanning a period of more than a century behind it. It is one of the oldest professional bodies in South Asia, and as at present, IESL has on its roll nearly 28,000 members, covering almost all disciplines of engineering profession. The IESL's vision is to be amongst the leading professional institutions in engineering and technology in the world. It strives to achieve this vision of it by becoming the apex national body of engineers in Sri Lanka, which ensures internationally recognized and locally relevant standards in the professional practice and education in engineering, while actively supporting national development and diligently serving its members and the society at large. IESL pushes for development and harnessing the talents and professional values of practicing engineers to achieve engineering excellence and leadership in the society through capability building, setting and maintaining standards, and proactively influencing the national policymakers to ensure the sustainable and efficient management of our country's scarce resources. The induction and graduation ceremony is the annual event of IESL to award the Charter for Engineers and Certificate for IESL graduates. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the 29th induction and graduation ceremony of the Institution of Engineers Sri Lanka. At this ceremony, 152 chartered engineers are to be inducted, together with 30 IESL graduates who have successfully completed the IESL engineering courses of Part 1, 2, and 3, and 144 international professional engineers will be presented with certificates. The presentation of special awards are also to be given away at this ceremonial event. And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, to formally deliver the welcome address, I have the pleasure of inviting a personality who is a highly accomplished engineer with a diverse academic and professional background. He graduated with a BSc Engineering Honours degree from the University of Moratuwa in 1993, and followed by a postgraduate diploma in industrial engineering in 1998 and an MBA in 2010. He is also an attorney at law of the Supreme Court of Sri Lanka and has been an active member of the Institution of Engineers Sri Lanka since 1994, becoming a corporate member in 1999. He holds multiple prestigious titles, including Fellow and International Professional Engineer of IESL, Fellow and a Chartered Professional Engineer of Engineers Australia, and Chartered Member of Engineers New Zealand. He's also a member of several global engineering bodies. He has held key leadership roles within IESL, including serving as chairman of the Electrical, Electronics, and Telecommunication Sectional Committee, vice president, and chairing various committees such as the Education, Library and Publications, and Legal Committees. He was a council member of the Engineering Council of Sri Lanka and has implemented several national-level initiatives of the IESL. And he is currently actively involved in the country's power sector reform process as a member of the Power Sector Reform Secretariat. He has worked for the Electricity Board, Asia Power Private Limited, the first independent power plant, MAS Holdings, and currently serves as the Managing Director, Principal Consultant of K2 Consultants Private Limited. Ladies and gentlemen, I have the pleasure of inviting Engineer Kosala Kambaradeniya, President-elect, the Institution of Engineers Sri Lanka, also the Chairman of the Professional Standards Management Committee. Over to you.
Thank you, Faisal. Our chief guest, Engineer Prabhat Ambegoda, Chief Operating Officer and Chief People Officer Acting of Sri Lanka Telecom PLC. Engineer Graniyar Jayalat, President of the Institution of Engineers Sri Lanka, past presidents, vice presidents, the officers of the council, council members, members of the Institution of Engineers, newly inducted corporate members, graduates of IESL courses, awardees of International Professional Engineer Certificates, winners of IESL Special Awards, Executive Secretary and staff of the IESL, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon to all of you. It's with great pride and pleasure that I warmly welcome all of you on behalf of the Institution of Engineers, Sri Lanka, to this momentous occasion, the induction and graduation ceremony of the Institution of Engineers, Sri Lanka. The induction and graduation ceremony is an important and unique event in the IESL calendar, where the students who have followed IESL engineering courses are formally graduated, induct associate members as chartered engineers, and induct chartered engineers as international professional engineers. Today, we are gathered to celebrate the achievement of those 30 graduates, 150 chartered engineers, and 144 international professional engineers who will shape, build, and transform our future. It's therefore our great pleasure on behalf of the IESL to welcome all of you to this inspiring evening. We are privileged to welcome our chief guest, a distinguished professional and inspiring leader, Engineer Prabhat Ambegoda, Chief Operating Officer and Acting Chief People Officer of Sri Lanka Telecom PLC. Sir, we are deeply honored by your presence here today. Your outstanding contribution to the engineering and telecommunication sectors, as well as your leadership in shaping people and organizational growth, make you a role model for inspiring engineers across the nation. To our past presidents and council members, you are the pillars of this esteemed organization. Your leadership and vision have shaped the IESL into what it is today. I extend warm welcome to each of you as we come together to celebrate this momentous occasion. The Institution of Engineers Sri Lanka has always strived to uphold the highest standard of engineering excellence, professional ethics, and continuous development. As we induct our new members today, we not only welcome them into professional fold, but also entrust them with responsibility of shaping the future of our nation through innovation, resilience, and service. To our graduates, today is just the beginning, The path ahead will demand both your technical skills, your integrity. Let this graduation serve you as a remember of important role you now play in building a better, more sustainable, and technologically advanced Sri Lanka. I welcome all of you. I would like to extend warm welcome to our newly inducted international professional engineers who bring pride and global recognition to the institution. Becoming a chartered engineer is not an easy feat. It requires unwavering dedication, consistent effort, and deep commitment to the professional excellence. Behind every inductee here today is a network of support from family, mentors, and colleagues who have inspired and encouraged them along the way. I would like to warmly welcome all those who stood by our inductees and helped them to make this achievement. This evening marks a significant milestone in the lives of our newly inducted engineers and graduates. On behalf of the Council and the membership of IESL, I welcome all of you to these who are honored today. Your achievements today are just the beginning of lifelong journey of professional and personal growth. Believe in yourself, work hard, and make positive impact on the world. The future belongs to those who are dare to dream and willing to work for it. I urge you all to uphold the principles and ethics of our institution and continue to strive for excellence in all your endeavors. Congratulations to all the inductees and graduates and award winners. We look forward to collectively build a brighter future for Sri Lanka through engineering excellence. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir, for your welcome address. And on this momentous occasion, I now have the pleasure of inviting a personality who graduated from the University of Moratuwa in 1986, had completed an MSc Engineering from the University of Utrecht, the Netherlands in 1998, and an MSc Economics in Transport Economics from the University of Colombo in 2007. He has further completed a postgraduate diploma in IT and a postgraduate diploma in construction management. He is a fellow of the Institution of Engineers Sri Lanka and also a fellow of the Chartered Institute of Highways and Transport, UK. He serves as the CIHT country champion for Sri Lanka, and he is a life member of the Indian Road Congress, a member of the World Road Congress, a graduate member of ICE United Kingdom, and also a member of SLSTC. Ladies and gentlemen, he had been serving the IESL Council for the last 21 years, and he had served 28 years in Road Development Authority and 4 years in Australia. He has presented over 22 research papers, both locally and internationally, in the transport and road engineering sector, and he is currently involved in a research study towards integrating livable attributes into city roads design practices in Sri Lanka. It's my pleasure in inviting Engineer Granny R. Chalak, President, the Institution of Engineers Sri Lanka. Over to you.
Dear Chief Guest, Engineer Prabhat, and President-elect IPP, immediate past President, all past Presidents who are assembled here today, and distinguished attendees, Vice Presidents, Council members, members of ISL, and engineers to be awarded with chartered certificates, international professional certificates, and all other awardees, and their parents, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon to all of you. It is really with great pleasure that I stand before you as the President ISL on the occasion of the induction and the graduation ceremony 2025 of the Institution of Engineers Sri Lanka. At the first place, I take this opportunity to congratulate all members qualified as chartered engineers and others as international professional engineers. Let me also welcome you all to the global community of professional engineers today. I also wish my heartiest congratulations to all award winners under various categories to be awarded this evening. At this special occasion, which is a flagship event of the ISL calendar, we induct those who have fulfilled the competency requirements at their respective examinations as chartered engineers. Those inducted as chartered engineers today attain one of the important milestones on your professional journey towards becoming fully fledged professional engineers in future. With this induction today, our total number of chartered engineers will go up to 6,895. Being a chartered engineer, you need to be alert of your decisions and conduct. Your decisions really need to be impartial and always be evidence-based. It should never be guided by the personal agendas. We should always express our views only after analyzing all relevant facts. Just to quote a bit of experience that most of the senior engineers, leaders would have told, I would like to summarize that one here. Today, those who had studied only a fraction, I mean the part of the problem, they speak 100% most of the time. And those who had studied 100%, they simply keep quiet. That's a phenomena that I had always found in our engineering fraternity. But until this phenomena is reversed, this country won't get a flourish. So my kind request, all those who are graduated and today you are going to become chartered engineers, really need to be evidence-based engineers. Because most of the time, if you are partly known or the facts are halfly studied, then most of the time the other professionals had been always smarter. Those who, then coming back to those who inducted as international professional engineers from today onwards, they are really entitled to receive credits when seeking recognition in other member countries of the international, you may have heard about International Professional Engineering Alliance. As said today, 15 countries, including Sri Lanka, are having the full membership status of International Professional Engineering Alliance Agreement. So Sri Lanka also one member out of 15. So to maintain that, to all those who are inducted today as international professional engineers, I urge you to maintain your membership. For that, I think the most compulsory requirement is you need to have 50 hours of mandatory CPD programs each year. CPD is really a lifelong exercise. We intend to bring forth CPD as a mandatory requirement for all those engineers till the last day they practice engineering of their career. So I wish to draw the attention of the newly chartered engineers again, like our President-elect mentioned, to our Code of Ethics and Professional Conducts is very much important. There are 8 professional conduct. We always used to mention those things, and there are even disciplinary committees also being appointed to investigate those who violate those Code of Ethics. But this Code of Ethics is need to be not a reference document. It should there in your heart always. Whenever you speak, whenever you analyze, and whenever you trying to arrive at a decision, all those things should be in par with or in alignment with the Code of Ethics. So these, in fact, the Code of Ethics and the Professional Conduct, these are the guiding manuals in practice in engineering. Being a chartered engineer, your decisions definitely will shape the future. Today, even we are encountered with some engineering marvels, engineering projects. We still could not explain the reasons for that one. Some projects are failure projects also, for which we are really responsible for those things. So I am very much confident all those who inducted today will serve our mother country for the enhancement of the economic of this country. So without taking that much of time, prior to winding up my message, let me take this opportunity to appreciate the active contributions of all the council members and members of the standing committees, staff members of the ISL Secretariat, and all other supporting staff members. Unless otherwise, this function would never be of this much successful. So with that, I congratulate and express my wishes for all those who are inducted and to be awarded uh, in all aspects of your future endeavors. Thank you very much. Have a good evening. Thanks.
Thank you very much for your valuable advice and sharing your wealth of knowledge and experience with everybody present here today. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we move on to yet another very special moment. I have the pleasure of inviting our chief guest, who currently holds the position of Chief Operating Officer and Chief People's Officer of the Sri Lanka Telecom PLC. A current portfolio spans networks, projects, regional operations, corporate strategy, telecommunication regulations, tariff, program management, risk management, quality assurance, information security, cybersecurity, supply chain management, legal, administration, facility management, revenue assurance, fraud management, and business continuity management and human resources of the group. Ladies and gentlemen, he is a fellow chartered engineer by profession, holds a BSc Engineering Honours degree from the University of Peradeniya, specializing in the field of electrical and electronics engineering, and he is a fellow member of the Institution of Engineers, Sri Lanka, and holds a Master of Business Administration degree from Anglia Ruskin University of United Kingdom. He joined Sri Lanka Telecom in 1991 as a telecommunications engineer. After graduation, counts over 33 plus years of multidisciplinary experience in the telecommunication industry in the field of engineering, human resources, while being instrumental in new business development, innovation, and transformation programs at various stages. Ladies and gentlemen, he has held multiple leadership roles in his career with more than 22 years of experience in corporate management of telecommunications. Well, during his career, he has gained extensive industry-related knowledge and trainings from national and international academia in a number of countries. Further, he has undergone several certificate courses in other disciplines in strategic management, corporate financial accounting, marketing, secretariat services, and general management. And he was a trainer of Commonwealth Telecommunication Organization programs. So, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, I have the pleasure of inviting our chief guest, Engineer Prabhat R. Ambegoda, Chief Operating Officer and Chief People Officer, Acting Sri Lanka Telecom. Over to you.
Good afternoon, all of you. Thank you for nice introduction. Honorable President, ISL, Mr. Pranit Chayalat. Honorable Past President, Professor Ranjit Desanayake. President-elect, Engineer Mr. Kosala Kambardeniya. All past presidents, secretary of the ISL, the members of the subcommittees of ISL, members of other members of ISL participating, vice presidents, and especially Mr. Samantha Gunawardena, the today Education Committee Chairman and Vice President, and all other distinguished guests, invitees, especially the parents and family members of the awardees today. Not that forgetting that most importantly, the participants who are graduating as young engineers, as chartered engineers and industrial professional engineers, as well as the new graduated engineers. My dear friends, so it's very pleasure and proud for me to be here. I especially appreciate and accept my sincere appreciation to the inviting me as a chief guest for this joyous occasion for the ISL. And my congratulations to all of you those who are getting the awards and certificates today at your extraordinary accomplishments with hard work. My best wishes to all of those who are starting your career as prestigious chartered engineers in the rest of your life and taking responsibilities of yourself and your society from today onwards. I appeal you shall play an important role in shaping the future of the country and this world with this qualification. The world has been changed to this level primarily because of the engineers' contribution at large. Therefore, your contribution in future is the one you need to be mindful how it could be and how you can do well in your responsibility. Dear President, though it has been not rightfully communicated, I hope, enough to the public about engineers and engineering professions role globally, which had been marvelous, doing a marvelous job silently in making today's world so beautiful. We experience today convenient, comfort, security, and a lot of uplifting of our lifestyles because of the engineers' contribution to the world. The valuable contribution to move the world better place for all, not only for engineering personalities, but to all other industry verticals such as medicine, education, transport, etc. Recent Act of 2017 enacted in Sri Lanka for the engineering profession, I hope that has taken an aggressive step to fill this gap and add some reasonable governance to the engineering profession. But I hope needs more steps to be stronger legal base in future for discharging the rightful excise for the professional engineers in the society. To start with my speech, I used to mention about my company, Sri Lanka Telecom, which is about 167 years old, which is being in the society for quite a longer years. When I'm working there since my graduation, about 34 years, as of today, where it started transforming the company as a business institute since then. I was fortunate to come to the top of the ladder, where it's about 8,000 employees as at present. It is, I believe, is a result of committed and patient and professional life with integrity of mind. I did not compromise some important values. However, it paved the me. We have many success stories in the company, sailing even the rough seas in many occasions, to the challenges generally comes to the industry time to time from different contexts in terms of competition, regulation, technology changes, return on investments, customer satisfaction, cash flows, project managements, so and so, especially like in COVID and economic recessions, which had been very successfully met and moved forward the company with a lot of achievements. So we have more than 600 engineers working there, so that we have experienced a lot of different contributions and marvelous achievements by several, while we understand that some of the areas which we want to develop to uplift our profession in one day into a different state as compared to today. The continuous transformation during last few decades, especially 3.0, 4.0 industrial revolutions happening these days, the rapid technological advancements, especially in the field of IT and telecommunications, However, with my experience during the tenure, it's vital to discuss further improvements in the engineers and engineer profession in better decision making and participate in decision making. Some of the business viabilities related with other factors like cash flows, business models, strategies, value benefits, so and so, to be amalgamated with the decisions of the engineers, which is very critical for upliftment of the society. I try to mention, especially with the new engineers, new graduates for the chartered engineers, in addition to what the roles and responsibilities, the ethics and other things were explained by President and Vice President while ago his speech. It's equally important that engineer to discharge in the society, compile with many other skills and knowledges, and really using them for their decision making. Because engineers are taking decisions for the future, a lot of technologies, a lot of investments, and many other activities are dealt with. Future is with a lot of transformation. So changes and transformation need to be handled with all these factors together. So your skills and capabilities as a practitioner engineer is critically important. So I would say primarily 3 things which you want to remember when you are practicing in the industry to be a successful candidate. One is competition. Second is opportunities. Third is challenges. You know, competition is intense. It's come from outside, you dealt with. Opportunities are huge because globalization is happening and you have a lot of access to the, with no boundaries. And challenges are daunting, which you need to face. You can work in a government, private sector, or entrepreneurship in a day, but you are dealing with 2 markets, maybe domestic and the global. However, it's very important to see that the global market is at your doorstep, which you can really should deal with. With a lot of technologies around today, we don't see that we are working in the domestic market or domestic industry. So you need to think of how you can exploit and bring the things into the global market. I don't think that global market is away, but if you think that what is around you with you at the moment even, the phone coming from say maybe USA, car coming from Japan, maybe clothes coming from another country like Singapore, some digital gadgets from China and so on. That means that you are really equipped with a lot of things which has been produced and dealt with other countries, and you need to do the business in the same context where even the domestic market is a global market. And fortunately, because of those companies doing well in the global companies, we are enjoying with those equipments and we are having a good life today's context. So that you can't be domestic. Really, you have to be part of that world in our day. So if we try to learn something from global companies, those who are success in that rate, what is the factors behind that be known? I would say they believe competition, and competition has become the great guru of their industry. This is the real world. Every day they used to learn from the competition. It is the exceptional ability for a practicing engineer to operate by using all these learnings day by day. They naturally create processes, practices, and so many things to become more and more customer focused and employee oriented, which naturally becomes their key success factors and key drivers for differentiation. Though you are an engineer, you need to really understand what are the progressive elements in the marketplace. I will discuss two things that with you which will be really useful for your life in one day. Narayani Murthy, founder of Infosys, expressed that the same thing, which is the embrace competition with enthusiasm is the most critical success factor for global companies. So ability to use the power of human brain is the one we need to think of, which we're always talking about. How it can be done is really creating competitive, progressive mindsets of the people and in your team. That is not costly. If you can fill with confidence, curiosity, open-minded, and desire to try new ideas are key factors which can make you better and better. Only those who are having progressive mindsets have become success in the real world. So it is important to create an environment at the workplace in your, whether it is come from CEO or janitor in your company, everyone come to workplace should be in the morning with some can-do and will-do attitude. So this is where the success coming in, together. Not as a one single individual can do, making it better. In contrary to that, the danger what you need to understand, if you do have the negative mindset like regressive mindset, which I have seen in my life with many individuals when I work in 3 decades in the industry, some are not comfortable to participate in several opportunities they have, thinking that it's not their duty, or participating it will make some troubles, it's unwanted, and that is some other's job, something like that. However, please remember, whether they could well experienced and talented, I have seen most of them has gone for some frustration because when they are getting when they are having some opportunities to get some promotion and the opportunities, so no one come forward to select them. So when you are beginning your career, try to be mindful about whatever the opportunities you get to participate with certain other jobs. Don't miss that chance. Secondly, it's very critically important factor is the leadership. Everyone has the potential to become a leader. Leader is the agent of transformation and is not a label or a post. Transformation means that is a big ticket change. However, no transformation is possible without a competent leadership in the industry. So can you identify who is this leader? No one is designated as leader in the industry, but there are a lot of leaders. There's an internal inertia, which is full of highly motivated, energetic, enthusiastic, confident, working hard, with a lot of courage, and especially the disciplined people. Do you have such energy with you? Please think of. It is not something that you can learn by books. It's something you need to develop within you only by working. It is engaging with activities wherever, whenever you get with others. So please try to improve yourself in these two aspects, especially when you are moving up your ladder. I don't want to discuss many more things in relation to some other important areas, but I'd mention one thing which is very important, that is execution. The intelligent execution is very critical. Nowadays, everyone knows that is very valid that all the businesses shall be built on with maximum use of technology, automation, digital transformation, AI, robotics, cloud native, and so on. So please think of that, how fast, how good you can incorporate those technologies into your systems and make a difference in your whatever you do in your life. Finally, I wish to tell, further this certifications, awardings, what you get today, I have highlighted two things I think you can remember, which is not costly or which is not difficult, but it's very important in your life. Please improve your competitive, progressive mindset, which is inside you, and your leadership qualities continually. This great institution, IESL, expects you to discharge your duties in a manner that will reshape the future of the country to make it better social and economic enhancement of the country. Hopefully, you can win the world, and please prepare for the same. You need to live with a big picture, not a very tiny need of the day, because you are a social person from this certification onwards. Wish you all the very best and courage to change the world to a better and better place tomorrow. I wish to conclude my speech. May your journey ahead be filled with purpose, progress, and pride. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir, for your thought-provoking address, your words of inspiration and encouragement. Thank you once again. Well, we now move on to the moment you've all been waiting for. We begin with the presentation of certificates to IESL engineering graduates. These graduates who have successfully completed the IESL engineering course part 1, 2, and 3 are now academically qualified to obtain the associate membership of IESL. I would like to invite Engineer Gani R. Shalat, President IESL, to give away the certificates, accompanied by Engineer Professor Ranjit Dissanayake, immediate past President IESL. Everybody, put your hands together and give them a round of applause. And the recipients are ATLD Samarasinghe. Everybody, put your hands together for a round of applause. S. Senthil Mohan. Please give them a well-deserved round of applause because this is their moment. M.S.M. Jalil. U.I. Fernando. S.R. Ratnayaka. C.S. Vitanage. S.C. Tilakahetti. H.M.G.S. Herat. T.V. Vijay B.N. Vijay Basnaka. D.G.R.T. Panduka. P. Udayakaran. T. Navaratna Raja. I. A.K. Vetasingha. S. A. J. Karnaratna. K. M. T. Tarangani. T. Subakaran. C. S. Balasurya. C. S. Vitanage. W. A. D. I. Verakon. W. A. D. C. Dilshan. A. G. D. N. Bandara. G. K. M. De Silva. D. M. C. D. B. Disanayaka. A. Kutalavala. B. P. Kumaralana. And D. C. M. Pereira. Let's put our hands together and give all of them another well-deserved round of applause. And thank you very much, our presentation party. We now move on to the affirmation of the Code of Ethics. The new corporate members. The Code of Ethics would be read by Engineer Granny R. Jalat, President, the Institution of Engineers Sri Lanka. He will be standing here at the podium and will have to be repeated after him by the charter awardees who are to be abducted today, who are to be inducted today. They are all to be inducted today, and the new charter engineers are requested to stand up and repeat the Code of Ethics affirmation after the President. So you are going to be inducted today as charter awardees. Over to you, Engineer Granny R. Jalat.
With me, I request all the chartered engineers who are going to induct today to repeat the Code of Ethics. We will keep our right hand this way and swear in when I speak, when I spell out this one, you also can repeat one. Okay, phrase this way. I shall hold paramount the health, safety, and welfare of the public and proper utilization of the funds and other resources in the performance of my professional duties. It shall take precedence over my responsibility to the profession, sectoral or private interests, employers, or to other engineers. Number 2, I shall always act in such a manner as to uphold and enhance the honor, integrity, and dignity of the profession while safeguarding the public interests at all times. Number 3, I shall be committed to the need for sustainable management of the planet's resources and seek to minimize adverse environmental impacts of my engineering works or applications of technology so as to protect both present and future generations. Number 4, I shall build my reputation on merit and shall not compete unfairly. Number 5, I shall perform professional services only in the areas of my competence. Number 6, I shall apply my skills and knowledge in the interests of my employer or client or whom I select in professional matters as faithful agent or trustee so far as they do not conflict with other requirements listed here and the general public interest. Number 7, I shall give evidence, express opinions, or make statements in an objective and a truthful manner. Number 8, I shall continue my professional development throughout my careers and shall actively assist and encourage engineers under my direction to advance their knowledge and experience. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we move on to the presentation of certificates to those who are inducted as chartered engineers. These chartered engineers have undergone a stringent professional review process of very high standard by which the training and experience they have acquired after graduation have been assessed comprehensively. These chartered engineers would be recognized by the employers as fully qualified professional engineers. I would like to invite the chief guest, Engineer Prabhat R. Ambegoda, Chief Operating Officer and Chief People Officer, Acting Sri Lanka Telecom PLC. He will give away the certificates, accompanied by Engineer Granny R. Jala, President IESL. Everybody, put your hands together and give our presentation party a round of applause. And the recipients are Varsha Dirage Anil Lakshman Devapriya. Yapa Mudyansalage Tilina Asanka Sandamal. Paragoda Lenage Supun Basura. Kehelala Herat Mudyansilage Parami Kehelala. Buanakabahu Rajakarna Vasala Mudyansilage Sanharshi Toradenia. Guruge Sunet Srimal Jaratna. Vasala Kirti Rajapaksa. Dinesh Ruwan Chaturanga Nallaperuma Arachi. Nalaka Saman Kumara Samarasingha. Jayasingha Arachige Ishara Dilhari Jayasingha. Subramaniam Mayuran. Karya Karavanage Sanat Dhammika Senaratna. Naranguda Lienage Dharmendra Suranga Naranguda. Nagaravatte Rajita Ratnasekara. නිමාෂා හංසනි ගලගෙදර. හේරත් මුද්‍යාංශලාගේ ලලිත් සමීර ලංකතිලක. Philip Faustinus Surein Pereira. Karyavasam Sembukudige Malinda Roshan Priyadarshana. Herat Mudyansalalage Udipal Isuru Herat. Jaivir Arjake Don Sachitra Ranasingha. Tennakon Mudyansalage Aruni Tarangika Rupasena. Vijayasekara Gamachige Saman Sudesh. Lihil Utpala Subasingha. Madhava Dayanta Vivalasena. Ranavaga Achige Dona Manoma Priyangani Ranavaka. Disanaka Mudyansalage Indika Sanjeeva. Muhammad Maharoof Muhammad Rizwan. Chapa Chamali Karyavasam. Sulochana Jashamali Suryarachi. Chamara Madhusanka Samarakon. Hevavasam Puakpitiyage Ramesh Chanchala Kumara. Tibbotuge Jal Erandra Yasapalita. Bopage Upul Niranjan Parakrama Pereira. Nagamuge Shamindu Menaka Mihiranga. Rasika Priyadarshani Samarasingha. Bamanusingha Arachige Akila Lavan Shri Bamanusingha Arachi. Muhammadu Larif Muhammadu Rashid. Madhushanka Prasanna Sirivardhana. Everybody put your hands together and give them another round of applause. Thank you very much, our chief guest and engineer Rani Archalat. We want you to remain on stage. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. And to join Engineer Granny Archalat, President ISL, who will present the certificates, I would also like to call upon Engineer Kosala Kamburadine, President-elect, to join in. Everybody put your hands together and give him a round of applause. Our next recipient is Ruan Prasad Veerasurya. Jayawardhana Mudyansalage Madhura Bandara Jayawardhana. Intirakuma Nyandan. Chaturika Jayamali Vanipura. Don Manuel Ge Don Kalena Madhujit. Vasanta Gunavardhana. Amarasingha Kaluarchige Udari Bhagya Ratnaka. Abu Sali Muhammad Fahim. Hiramura E Gama E Kasun Samasta. Disanaka Mudyansalage Buddhika Nuwan Bandara Disanaka. Velapadage Uddika Jivanka Sirivardhana. Tennakon Mudyansalage Visal Achinta Tennakon. Telenathan Venukannan. Paramanandam Panutasan. Muhammad Wafa Muhammad Firnaz. Vidana Arachige Kavidu Hasita Idrisingha. Bandaranaka Mudyansalage Sachini Dumindi Bandaranaka. Sumanasekara Appuhamilage Shanika Lakmini Sumanasekara. Kande Gedara Manalage Naveen Chitral Kande Gedara. Turney Mohan Senorat. Vijaysurya Mudantalage Dulanjana Pyomanta Vijaysurya. Pinnavila Vidanalage Sachit Randima. Karunaraj Sasikant. Galhenage Achala Udana Pereira. Jayasundara Mudyantalage Gayan Indunel. Karyavasam Gamage Gashan Pramit Amarasingha. Muhammad Hanifa Abdul Hasib. Velagedara Chaminda Bandara. Vikramasinghe Gamage Samira Indunil. Ravindra Sanjeeva Sudhusingha. Heva Yaddahige Iresha Anurangi Silva. Vettasingha Apuhamilage Sumudu Suranga Vettasingha. Galabadage Harsha Galabada. Ranulu Supun Disoiza. Don Ruan Pushpakumara Kalpuge. Sahan Anuradha Vishwakula. Gayan Trishanka Galagedarage. Sanka Anuradha Undugoda. Sampat Manjula Sumudaratna. Let's put our hands together and give all of them another round of applause. And thank you very much, Engineer Kosala Kamaradenia, Engineer Granny Archalat. We'd like you to stay on, please. Please stay on. We want you to stay on till the end. And now can I please invite Engineer Ms. Kamala Gudavardhana, Vice President, ISL, to join in. Everybody, put your hands together and give her a round of applause. And our next recipient is Mohammadu Mausum Ahmad Sausan. Ananda Bandarage Vasana Indunil Bandara. Hasanta Samitajiva Patirana. Disanayaka Mudilige Shalika Nirmala Disanayaka. Disanayaka Mudilige Shalika Nirmala Disanayaka. And the next it's Palavinnage Dinuka Nirangani. Attanayaka Mudantalage Inoka Kumari Attanayaka. Kunkadu Mantrige Tushan Kumara Gunaratna. Vani Arachilage Taranga Sandaruwan Vani Arachi. Samita Subhashana Karunaratna. Madhavattage Heshani Manjula Fernando. Rajaguru Mudyantalage Priyanta Senarat Bandara. Nammuni Arachige Samantha Samaravira. Navasya Mudyantalage Dimut Saranga Kumara Kosgaha Kumura. Samanti Vikramna Siniviratna. Ahmed Lebbe Izzat Dilshana. Kudavi Tanage Varuna Sanjeeva. Manamendra Patabandige Kasun Chintaka Nandapala. Kotagama Lankasara Imia Mudyansalagi Pramod Bandara Jayaratna. Ilangakon Mudyansalagi Anuttara Madhumali Karnaratna. Jayasekharu Liyanage Rangana Manoj Kumara. Dermi Rashid Rodrigo. Janita Priyadarshana Bandara Disanayaka. Dineka Nuwan Somavira. Karyavasam Majuvana Gamage Eranga Lakmali. Mahalingam Kumareswaran. Suduhevage Mahendra Prasad Abe Vikrama. Badagadage Nadisha Mihirani. Amarasingha Arachige Nuwan Chamara Amarasingha. Kankanam Lage Gamika Punsisi Premaratna. Supun Tarinda Karyavasan. Dahanayaka Atakorala Pushpika Prasad. Patiraja Mudalige Tarana Manjula Patiraja. Disanayaka Mudyansalage Kanchana Mala Disanayaka. Patirana Arachilage Madura Nalaka Jakodi. Tevarapperuma Arachilage Chaturika Madhushani Vijayvardhana. Medagedara Nilanka Damit Veerasingha. Herat Mudyansalalage Lakshi Vindhya Kumari Herat. Patiraja Mudyansalalage Hemanta Ratnayaka. Engineer Granny Jalat, we'd like you to stay on, and thank you very much, Engineer Mrs. Kamala Unavadala. Thank you very much. You may take your seat. And now to join Engineer Granny R. Jalat, who will be presenting the certificate, I would like to invite Engineer Prabodha Chinasena, Vice President. Thank you very much. And the next recipient is Engineer TMD Fernando. These are recipients of International Professional Engineers. So they're receiving their certificates. Also, Engineer DMMP Disanayaka. Engineer WBUR Kulatunga. These are presentation of certificates to international professional engineers. You as well, Engineer WMKM Disanayaka. Engineer CHD Gamage. Engineer J.D.H. Chaminda. Engineer L.H.C. Gomeda. Engineer K.D. Vimalaratna. Engineer G.A. Kahandagamage. Engineer W.M. H.M. Attanayaka. Engineer T. Srikant. Engineer P.G. W.P. Manjula. Engineer W.A.K.C. Jatilaka. Engineer Mrs. J.G.S. Nalani. Engineer E.S.S. Edrisingha. Engineer N.A.N. Lakmal. Engineer Mrs. S.W. Nelundenia. Engineer L.N.S. De Silva. Engineer Miss N.C. Manamperi. Engineer B. Vanigasekara. Engineer E.A.I.L. Edrisingha. Engineer L.W.L.C. Shahanaka. Engineer M.F.A. Najat. Engineer Miss B.G.M. Priyanjani. Engineer H.H.D. Nalin. Engineer M.S.B. Hadi. Engineer W.D.A.U. Vitana. Engineer Mrs. S.A.P.U. Karnaratna. Engineer K.J. Lakmevan. Engineer W.A.A. Vikrama Arachi is not present, but the father is here to receive the certification. Everybody put your hands together for a round of applause. And you too, Engineer M.N. Hettiarachi, here too, the father is here to receive the certification, I'm told. Everybody put your hands together and give all of them another round of applause. And thank you very much, Engineer Prabodha Jinasena. Please stay back, sir. We'll have you to stay back. As I would now like to invite Engineer Samantha Gunavardhan, Vice President ISL, to join the President, Engineer Granny R. Jalat, for the special awards. We begin with the Migara Ratnatunga Trust Awards 2023-2024 for the best industrial training for university undergraduates, and each of the following undergraduates will be presented with a cash award and a certificate. And the Migara Ratnatunga Trust Awards 2023-2024 go out in this manner. Category Civil Engineering, the award goes to Ms. S.V. Subasinghe of the University of Moratuwa. In the category Civil Engineering goes to Ms. P.M. D.G.C.H. Kumari of the University of Moratuwa. Electrical Engineering is presented to Mr. P.G.S.N. Kapilaratna, also of the University of Moratuwa. Mechanical Engineering goes to Ms. W.D.A.S. Vithanage, also of the University of Moratuwa. And the Textile and Apparel Engineering category is presented to Mr. P.B.W. Nanyakara of the University of Moratuwa. Biomedical Engineering goes to, again, from the University of Moratuwa, Mr. K.P. Taruka. And in the Computer Engineering category, the award goes to Mr. K.N.A. Fernando of the University of Peradeniya. And in Chemical and Process Engineering, the award goes to Mr. G.D. Ramanan of the University of Peradeniya. And Civil and Environmental Engineering, the award goes to Ms. S.A.K. Satsarani of the University of Ruhuna. Mechanical and Manufacturing Engineering is presented to Mr. U.P.C. De Silva, also of the University of Ruhuna. And in the category of Electrical and Electronics Engineering, the award is presented to Mr. R. Yesindan of the University of Jaffna. And in the category of electrical engineering, the award goes to Mr. KPNID Navaratna of the Open University of Sri Lanka. And now we move on to before we move on, I want all of you to put your hands together and give all of them another round of applause. Let's hear it. As we now move on to the Engineer E.W. Karunaratna Award 2023-2024 for the Best Undergraduate Project in Electrical Engineering. And the following undergraduates will receive a cash award and a certificate. And the recipients are S.D. Gunavardhana, UUHK Gunavardhana, N.S. Jagoda, and PMAP Patiraja. The supervisor was Professor W.D.A.S. Rodrigo of the Department of Electrical Engineering, University of Moratuwa, and for the project Reinforcement Learning Based Solar Nowcasting with Real-Time Cloud Path Prediction from the Department of Electrical Engineering of the University of Moratuwa. Everybody put your hands together and give them another round of applause. Thank you very much, Mrs. Samantha Gunavardhana, Vice President, ISL. You may take your seat. President, please stay on. And to join you now, can I also invite Engineer Kosala Hamburadiniya to please step forward to join the President. As we move on to a very special moment, this is our way of saying a big thank you to our chief guest today, Engineer Prabhat R. Ambegoda, Chief Operating Officer and Chief People Officer acting Sri Lanka Telecom PLC. This is a memento to you, our chief guest. Sir, everybody put your hands together and give him a round of applause. Everybody put your hands together for another round of applause. Thank you very much, sir, for sharing your valuable thoughts with us on this momentous occasion. And thank you very much, our presentation party. Thank you. Our president had to take a long wait. Huh? And finally, ladies and gentlemen, we move on to invite a very special personality to propose the vote of thanks. He is a personality who graduated from the University of Peradeniya in 1991 with a Bachelor of Science in Engineering, specializing in electrical and electronics engineering. He later pursued postgraduate qualifications, earning a postgraduate diploma in project management from the University of Moratuwa, and a diploma in commercial arbitration from the Institute of the Development of Commercial Law and Practice. With over 34 years of experience in the building construction sector, both in Sri Lanka and internationally, he has played a leading role in numerous major projects across the region. He currently serves as the Chief Technology Officer of Diesel and Motor Engineering PLC, DEMO, where he has been part of the senior leadership team since 2010. He has made outstanding contributions to the Institution of Engineers Sri Lanka, and he served for 6 council sessions as chairman of the Building Services Engineering Sectional Committee, actively shaping professional development, evaluation criteria, and curriculum reforms. A passionate educator, he frequently delivers continuing professional development courses at IESL and serves as a visiting lecturer at the University of Moratuwa, contributing to postgraduate programs in building services, engineering, and electrical installations. He was appointed Vice President of IESL for the 2024-25 Council session, and he currently serves as the Chairman of the Education Committee of IESL. To propose the vote of thanks, I have the pleasure of inviting Engineer Samantha Gunawardena, Vice President and Chairman, Education Committee. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Faisal. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's my honor and privilege to deliver the vote of thanks at the conclusion of this momentous induction and graduation ceremony held today at the BMICH. Today, we celebrate an important milestone in the professional journey of many aspiring engineers. A total of 152 chartered engineers and 144 international professional engineers have been inducted into our professional fraternity. In addition, 30 graduates who have successfully completed the ISL engineering examinations have been qualified. To all of you, I extend our heartfelt congratulations on your well-earned achievements. Let me first express our sincere gratitude to Chief Guest, my esteemed batchmate, Engineer Prabhat Tambegoda, Chief Operating Officer and Chief People Officer of Sri Lanka Telecom PLC, for gracing this occasion and for delivering a truly inspiring address. Your presence has added great value to this event, and we thank you wholeheartedly. A special note of appreciation is due to the President of IESL, Engineer Granny R. Jayalat, past presidents, immediate past president, Professor Ranjit Disanayaka, the president-elect, Engineer Kosala Kamburadeniya, and my fellow vice presidents, CEO, council members, for their unwavering support and active participation here today. We also take this opportunity to recognize and warmly thank the members of Professional Standard Management Committee and the Education Committee, whose continued efforts have been instrumental in upholding standards and strategic direction of our professional development initiatives. Your contributions are deeply valued. I extend our sincere appreciation to the Education Division of IESL, the Membership Division of the IESL, and all supporting staff of the IESL Secretariat, whose dedication, meticulous planning, and tireless effort behind the scenes have made this event a resounding success. We are also grateful to media teams for capturing and sharing the essence of today's ceremony, and also to the BMICH staff, whose professionalism and cooperations ensured smooth coordination and a dignified atmosphere throughout this event. Also, I must thank our compeer Faisal Bonsu. Thank you very much for your great comparing during today's event. And to the award recipients among the inductees and graduates we salute your excellence. You have not only fulfilled professional expectations, but have surpassed them. May you continue to be shining examples in this field. And to the families, friends, and mentors who have stood behind our engineers every step of the way, thank you. Your encouragement and belief have played an indispensable role in their journey. As you step into the next chapter of your professional lives, I encourage all of you to carry forward the values of ethics, responsibility, and service that come with the recognition conferred upon you today. Let us continue to uphold the dignity of our profession and strive to build a better society through engineering excellence. Once again, thank you all for being part of this special occasion. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. And on that note, as the compeer, I would like to wish the inductees and the graduates all the very best in your future endeavors. And I think we can all put our hands together and give them another round of applause. Congratulations. And I would like all of you to please stand up while the president, chief guest, and the entire procession, academic procession moves out first, please. Thank you. Thank you very much. You've been a wonderful audience. You're all invited for refreshments before you leave. Thank you very much.